mountain. These mountains are called the mountains of Naphtali, from the tribe of Naphtali, here in the Upper Galilee. Our elevation is 850 meters, and we get snow in the winter, and it's nice and cool here in the summertime, and we love our mountain. There are 4 things that make our mountain unique in all of Israel. Number 1 is the proximity, the closeness to the border. Here at Kibbutz Misgav Am, the border between Israel and Lebanon is the fence. Everything on the other side of the fence is Lebanon. The fence here on the side of the road. The second thing that makes us unique is that we share our kibbutz with the Israeli army. There's cameras up here, and this beautiful green antenna here is all military frequencies, and there's all kinds of things here. And the people that live and monitor the equipment work here on the kibbutz. They live on the kibbutz. And we're sitting on their ceiling. They work down here underneath. There is also a small contingent of armed soldiers to protect the military stuff here, and they live in the shack down there. The third thing that makes us unique is this beautiful panoramic view, and this is the only place in Israel where we can see simultaneously at the same time Syria, Israel, Lebanon, and the Mediterranean. Now, we look out today and we don't see anything. So you just have to believe me or not. I don't care, it's still out there. Out there is the Mediterranean. See it? I can prove it because it's on the map. How many of you people have heard of the biblical city of Tyre, Tirus? Good for you. No, that's good. Sometimes I get groups that nobody's ever heard of it. This is Tyre, on the Mediterranean coast of what is today Lebanon. If you go straight across up here on top of the mountain, this is where our kibbutz is. Here where it's green is the valley down here that you came through. And this valley is called the Hula Valley. And it also has another name in Israel. We call it the Finger of Galilee. Because like a finger, it comes up north. Here is the border. This is Galilee and this is Lebanon. And we come up way up north, and we divide Syria from Lebanon. That's why it's called the Finger of Galilee. Here, on the very tip, is a settlement called Metula. And today we can see it there. It's in the sunlight in the valley down there. And that's Metula. Now, Metula was established in 1896. Tel Aviv was established in 1909. All of these things and all the land here in the Galilee was purchased by the Jewish people and lived in by the Jewish people still in the time of the Turks. You guys in Hungary understand about the Ottoman Turks. You know that history. So I don't have to tell you about that. What you need to know is that in this area, this was the Syrian province of the Turkish Ottoman Empire until after the First World War. Then the French and the British came in and they screwed everything up. And all the countries here in the Middle East, this area is called the Levant, all the areas here in the Middle East were part of 2 provinces, the Iraqi province and the Syrian province. There were no countries here. There has never been Iraq. There has never been Syria. Never Lebanon, never Jordan, never Palestine. These are all new countries created by the French and British out of the Turkish Ottoman Empire. Understand, the people here are called Arabs, but that's generic. That's not true. They're not Arabs. Arabs are Bedouin from Saudi Arabia. If you're not a Bedouin and you're not from Saudi Arabia, you're not an Arab. You can be Muslim, but you're not an Arab. There have only been 2 countries here outside of Turkey. Egypt and Iran, which is Persia. Those are countries, sovereign nations, thousands of years old. Everybody else here is parts of other people's empires. Genghis Khan was here. The Romans were here. The Byzantines were here. Everybody was here. These people are all made up from different groups and everything. When I was in the army, I was in the Sinai, and I served with the Bedouins there. And they have a saying, the Bedouins. They're the Arabs, right? That Allah first created the Bedou. After the Bedou, he created the camels. And from the shit of the camels, he created the people that live here. That's how the Bedouins, that's how the real Arabs relate to the rest of the people around here. That's why I say they're called Arabs, because there's nothing else to call them, because there's never been a country. And that's why it's all falling apart now, because none of these countries around here are homogeneous. They're not. It's made up by the French and the British. The French made up Lebanon to be a Christian country. In 1919, right, in the Versailles, and then later on was called the League of Nations. And they accepted Lebanon as a Christian country because it's Christian. That's cool. There were 4 religious groups in Lebanon that the French didn't even think about. Sunnis, Shiites, Druze, and Christians. But the French said it's a Christian country. Today, there's only 12% Christians in Lebanon. Lebanon is a Muslim country, and it is ruled and controlled by the Hezbollah, who are a Shiite jihadist organization funded by Iran. They had a 16-year civil war in there, killed everybody. Terrible. You've all heard of Sabra and Shatila and all that stuff. That was during this civil war between the Muslims and the Christians. Today there's only 12% Christians. In this area around us here, there used to be 50% Christians. Today there's only 3% because the Hezbollah doesn't like Christians. They don't like Jews. They don't like anybody very much. There's only 3%. And last year Allah came down and told the Hezbollah that he gets pissed off at the church bells. That pisses him off. He gets very insulted. And well, Allah's a very nervous fellow and a very short fuse, and he gets upset with all sorts of things. And he tells the Hezbollah exactly what he gets pissed off at, and then everybody has to live like that, you see, otherwise they kill you. That's the way things are here. That's how stupid these people are. Allah gets offended. No. Okay. The difference between Palestine and Lebanon is that the League of Nations did not allow Britain to create a country, a state of Palestine, because the Jews were here and the Muslims were here, and the League of Nations didn't want another Muslim country. So they gave Britain a mandate. They said, okay, you can have control, but you can't make a country. In other words, there has never, ever been a country of Palestine. Never a parliament, never elections, never a government. It was all British. When the United States of America did not sign up for the League of Nations, it collapsed. And nobody was there to tell the British what to do. The British didn't want a Jewish homeland, because they were always in favor, and they still are, they're in favor of the Muslims. So they took 2/3 of Palestine from the Jordan River east, and they created a new country called Transjordan. And then they went to Saudi Arabia and they took a tribe of Bedouins called the Hashemites, and they brought them back to Amman and they said, you're the new monarchs, right? This is British police, British army. You're the new monarchs, and you guys today know the place as the Hashemite kingdom of Jordan. If you think this is some kind of ancient country that has been here for thousands of years, that's bullshit. It was created by the British. The people who live there are 80% Palestinian. There's no difference between the Jordanians and the Palestinians or the Syrians or the Lebanese. They're all Syrian Arabs. Understand this. This is all bullshit. You also need to understand, after the Turks, Salah ad-Din, after the Turks kicked out the Christians from the Middle East, there is a law in Islam that no non-Muslim can be sovereign in holy Muslim territory. Wherever Muslims live, this is holy land, and no non-Muslim can be sovereign. Therefore, there's no more Christians in Lebanon, and they can't sign a cease, they can't get rid of us, but they will not make peace with us here. They will not recognize Israel as the home of the Jewish people because it's right in the middle of their waqf, of their holy Muslim land. And it's against their religion to allow us to have peace. It has nothing to do with settlements, has nothing to do with anything, it's all religious. And as you're watching the world today, you people need to understand, as far as I am concerned, this is World War III, and it's a religious war. This is about Islam, getting back at the Crusades. Everything swings around. But you need to understand, as far as I'm concerned, this is what's going on here, and it has nothing to do with politics or diplomacy or anything else. Religion. If you're not a Muslim, you're dead. Either convert or die. That's the way it is. That's the way these people here, our neighbors, live, and that's the way the whole world out here is going. That's what it is. Everything else is bullshit. Everything else is people not willing to accept what's right in front of their face. We are at war with the jihadists. Not with all Muslims. All Muslims are not terrorists. But the jihadists are, the fundamentalists are, and they're the ones that are running things. As far as the innocent people are concerned, they're irrelevant. They don't care what's going on. The people here, they don't care. They have jobs, they have money, they have their kids are in school, they're all working. They don't care that they want to go out and kill Jews and Christians and anybody else. They don't care. Which is why I don't care. Okay. Let me tell you about a kibbutz. Our kibbutz, Misgav Am, was established in 1945. All the kibbutzim here were established before the State of Israel. And we have 220 people, 100 of whom are permanent residents, and 120 are students from the university down below at Tel Chai. There's thousands of students studying there, but because our neighbors have the place zeroed in and they shoot, we don't want to put all of our students in one place so that we could have thousands of casualties. So they're not allowed to stay there, to sleep there. So they have to spread out. You know, you don't put all your eggs in one basket. So we have 120 students here. For us, that serves two purposes. Number one, you need to understand agriculture. Anywhere in the world, it doesn't matter where, there is an inbuilt problem of cash flow. You put the seed in the ground until you harvest the crop, all you have is bills to pay. Just think about that. You still have to pay everything, rent and gasoline and food and water and everything. And it's still growing, so you need money. So the fact that we have 120 students paying 120 monthly rents is very good for our cash flow. Number two, in this area, there are only two ways to make a living: agriculture and tourism. My son does 4 years high school, does 3 years army, does 4 years university, gets a degree. He doesn't want to sell ice cream to tourists. I don't blame him. I don't need him down in the fields because of the advancements in agriculture. I get along with much less people than when I was a kid working down here. We used to have 50, 60 people working in the fields. I don't need that today. Therefore, my son has nothing to do here. He has no way to make a living. So we have this demographic hole in the kibbutz, all the kibbutzim around here. We have young people and we have old farts like me, and there's nobody in the middle. So the fact that we have 120 students, young people living here, having a good time, making their parties and this and that keeps us young and frisky, and it's good for us. It's good for us. So for the kibbutz, it's a win-win situation. Our main source of income on the kibbutz is agriculture, and we grow cotton, wheat, sweet corn, sunflower seeds for the cooking oil, cherry tomatoes, avocados, gefilte fish in our fish ponds. Up here on the top we have vineyards and chickens. And that's our agriculture, that's our main source of income. Our third source of income are you people, tourists. This is new for us because in the year 2000, 14 years ago, when Israel came out of South Lebanon and the Hezbollah took over, they started shooting at anybody. And you have to understand that those buses are beautiful targets. It's bigger than a tank. It's softer than a tank. There's more people in it than a tank. And nobody shoots back. So if I'm a brave terrorist with an RPG rocket, these tourist buses are beautiful targets. So we couldn't bring anybody here. I want to tell you something. The problem is this. For 2,000 years, the world has never heard of Jews killing people. They can kill us. Christians killed Jews for 2,000 years. For 1,500 years, the Muslims have killed Jews. Whoever heard of the Jews killing other people? Suddenly it's reversed. The world isn't used to that yet. It'll take time. They'll get used to it. Keep shooting at me, we're going to shoot back at you. We are not going to go into we're not going to go into ovens. We're not going to be kicked around. We are not going to be told by the world what we can and can't do and where we can live and where we can't live. And if you, not you, because I don't know you, but if the world, if you care about your women and children, don't shoot at mine. Take responsibility for your action. This week a kid said to me, well, who's responsible? There's a 5-year-old kid dead. I said, what, doesn't he have a father? Don't they have a government that they elected? That's their responsibility to worry about that kid, not my responsibility when you're shooting at me. I don't take responsibility for that. You shoot at me, you're responsible. If you love your women and children, build a bunker for them. Build a shelter for them. If you don't care about your women and children, why should I? I care about my women and children. Don't shoot at me. That's all the world has to get used to, not shooting at Jews.
Let me tell him something. Csak tudod, mit a különbség? Én mindig is szoktam mondani, hogy egy nagyon nagy szerencség van az araboknak, hogy velünk van a konfliktus. Az oroszok vagy az amerikaiak megoldanak ezt 30 másodpercet, és tudnál róla. Amit mit csinálnak az oroszok, mit csináltak Grúziában? Beküldött 3 divíziót, és eltűnt a térképről. Az amerikaiak mit csinálnak Afganisztánban, meg Irakban? Senki nem tudja, mert amit a CNN mutat, az azt mutatja, hogy őt akarnak, hogy nézzük. Tudod, miket csinálnak, hogy nézzek, kérdeznek az áldamot, most jött vissza Gázából, honnan lőnek ott ránk? Óvodákból, mecsetekből, kórházakból, ENSZ mentőkből. Ők más felfogással vannak. Mi meg még a vaskupolába több milliárd dollárokat fektetünk, hogy meg tudjuk magunkat védeni. Igen, egy kicsit az életünket felbolygatták, az tény, igen. De vége annak, hogy féljenek ők, nem mi féljünk. És hál' Istennek ők félnek, de nagyon félnek tőlük. És ezért meg követően nem tudnak járkálgatni a vonat, és akkor túrázni, meg aromába kávét inni, ha ők nem félnének tőlünk. És nagyon félnek tőlünk, hál' Istennek. Hogy gyere egy Ádámot, Ádám most jött vissza Gázából. Nyugodtan lehet kérdezni Ádámot is, bármikor milyen volt. Igen, mondja reggel
azt, hogy a Gáznak a területe 360 km kb. Hogy lehet, azt tudom, hogy hova bújnak a Hamasosok, hogy ENSZ iskolákat is eltállnak rakétával, ami tudja, hogy a média fel fog kapni, és tudják, hogy ott pont nem csak Hamasosok vannak, hanem nagyon sok átfogás. Hogy ekkor területen miért nem tudom, miért nem küldenek oda valami speciális egységet, akik kifűstöli ezeket?
Mert válasz, te voltál most Gázában.
Oké. Miért szárazföldileg, és miért
Mit olyan?
Pont azért, mert például mi is, mikor bent vagyunk, ez nem olyan, mint egy háború, hogy van hadsereg ellen, egyenruha ellen, bemész, bármelyik 6 éves kisgyerek elővett fegyvert, fölrobbanhat, bármelyik 80 éves nagymama is fölrobbanhat, és most már amit csinálnak, még szamarakat is küldnek, mint amik fölrobbannak. Tehát igazából be is küldhet harcoló egységét, ugyanúgy gyerekek fognak meghalni, mert egyrészt bedrogozzák őket, ők se tudják, mit csinálnak, fegyver van náluk, robbanó mellények vannak rajtuk. Most, hogyha velem szemben is van egy 6 éves gyerek, és látom, hogy be van aknázva, nem fogom azt mondani, hogy kisgyerek, jó van, gyere most.
Életükről van szó.
Tehát igazából nem csak minden van, és ráadásul rengeteg katona halna meg. Tehát igazából...
Igen, ne felejtsd, hogy Izrael próbált az elején nem bemenni, rengeteg bombáztuk légerővel. Egy idő után nem lehet ezt és bekerülni, és nagyon 60 katonát elvesztettük a háborúba. Igen, mert már több mint 2500 ember halt meg, de mondom, az amerikaiak ezt megölték, fél óra alatt megoldanák ezt a Gáza problémát. Most Turnáról, eltűnne a Krügermekről, eltűnne Gáza. Ennyi az egész. Semmi. Mi? Ennyi, 30 percet megoldanák. Tudod, volt egy ilyen, a Facebookon futott egy ilyen kép a Putin, hogy beszél, hogy megváltoztatták. Hagyják ide 2 órát, nem megoldom nektek ezt a problémát. 2 órát kérek. És nem kell itt háborúzni meg minden. Tudod, miket néznek csak, hogy civileket lekapjanak el? Tudod, miket az izraeli hadsereg megcsinál? És ezt ki is használják. Nagyon kihasználják. És tudod miért? Igen, mondja.
De tudják, hogy ENSZ iskola, és tudja, hogy fel fogják kapni az egész világ. Mindenhol ez beszélják, akkor azt milyen kockáztatja meg?
Ki az idó?
Igen.
Mert inkább sírjanak, inkább ne az én gyerekeimnél sírj, inkább sírnak az ő gyerekeikért. Ez ide. De egy idő után nem kell, le kell venni a kesztyüket.
One thing you people
No,
have
you
to
don't really
realize.
understand his question. He just asked how come they shoot, how come we use special forces when we knew that they are bombing us in UN school?
The UN doesn't care. They work with the Hamas. What are you talking about? Otherwise, they would kill them. You have no idea what's going on. Why are Palestinian camps, refugee camps, the only refugee camps in the world that are armed? They all have weapons. The UN lets them. You're not supposed to. It's a refugee camp. Why do they have armies in there? Guys, what I want to tell you is that the problem... No, it's all right. I just want to interrupt for a minute.
I like when you get mad.
Look, the problem here in the area is because we're Jews. Because of your question. Because of your question. If we were Russians or Americans
That's what I just
or
told
Chinese, there would not be a Palestinian problem. There wouldn't be a Hezbollah problem. There would be nothing here but Israel. But because we're Jews, we're not here to kill people. So all your questions are coming up because we're Jews and we're trying to be nice in a very not nice neighborhood. Believe me, if we were other people in the world here, like I said, Russia, China, America, there wouldn't be a problem here. Do you think our army has a problem in wiping these people out? In a week, there wouldn't be a Palestinian. In 4 days, there wouldn't be a Lebanese. What's the matter with you guys?
Wait, they still have many questions.
Yeah, fine, I'm not going anywhere.
He has a question.
Go ahead.
It's such a deep problem. It's such deep.
Yeah.
How,
Oh, that's not the way the Muslim world lives. Just look at the news. Look at what's happening. That's not in their reality. Do what this is Islam. Look at their flags with the swords and and Allahu Akbar. That's who they are. That's what they understand. That's the only way.
Okay.
Convert to Islam, or I chop your head off.
Yeah. She has a question.
Extortion. Yes, go ahead.
I think Israel will always have new countries. This country exists always in war, forever. How?
I don't know, but we will.
To this.
We will. We have 4,000 years history. God wants us here. What do I care?
What about
We've never been
business?
beaten in wars. What do you worry about? What do you mean, how can you? You live, you get up in the morning, you say thank you, and you go to
I just want
work.
to answer her. Figyelj, megértem a kérdést, csak várj, menjünk vissza a történelme egy picit. Ahogy beszéltünk már helikopternél, mi a más lehetőségünk? Menjünk el innen. A történelem bebizonyította, hogy minden áron a zsidóknak szükségük van egy országra.
De nem lehet ezt háború nyerni. Ugye ez mindig csak lesz, mindig
De
háború
oké,
nyerni.
mert egy olyan helyen van, ahol a szomszédok, I just told her that the history just proved that we need to, whatever one price we have to pay, we will pay our own country. So she said, how come we will have it keep going on war all the time? So how can
So
we
what? What's the matter with war?
No, ez nem ilyen volt.
That's human history. We're animals.
So you said war is not nice. You just said it.
So what? Everything in life is nice? There's all kinds of things that aren't
But
nice.
but now you just asked what's the problem with war.
Yeah.
But is
There's
it,
something not nice. Your tooth hurts. You pull it out. It's not nice. But you have to do it. So you do it. You don't have to like it. You have to do it.
Csak adnám egyet nem értettek meg. A zsidónak mi a más lehetősége? Ha engem sehol máshol nem akarnak, a történet bebizonyította, a nagyszüleim magyarok voltak, a legmindent megtettek és nem akarták őket, elküldték őket Auschwitzba. Ha ő ezt tudná, ha neki fogalma sincs, hogy Magyarországon milyen antiszemitizmus van, ha ő azt tudná, nem is tud, idegbeteg lenne így, hogy az emberek, hogy miért ez a jobbik, meg ezek a szélséges társadalmak, ez létezik, ez van, ez egy adott tény. Én mindig azt mondom, most feljössz, kérdezem minden negyedik ember, aki feljön az asztalra, dákjön a metróba, kérdezem, mit gondolsz a zsidókról. Nem tudom, hogy ugyanazt mondom, mint 30-es évek elején. Nem tudom, hogy más a véleménye. Sajnos, és ez egy adott tény, bárki bármit mondhat, vannak azt, hogy jobb a helyzet Magyarországon, és ezt nem is tudja, nem is mondom neki, mert nem tudja megérteni. Csak én tudom megérteni, hogy onnan jött. Mondom, lesz, hogy az embereket, akik jönnek fel a Deákjára a metrón, ők nem mondanak, ugyanazt, mint amit a nagyszüleimnek mondtak, semmi nem különböző. Szükségünk egy országra, vagy nem? Hova menjek én? Én el tudok majd felök egy repülőre elmenni, de hova menjen a legtöbb ember? Mit tudunk csinálni? Meg kell magunkat védeni. A nagyszüleim nem tudták magukat megvédeni. Elvitték őket Auschwitzot, belőlük a Dunába, ahol mi most bicikézünk, vagy fagyit teszünk. Ott lőtték bele az apukám szüleit a Dunába. Ez van.
Mikor lesz jó ide menekülni? Mikor jön el az, hogy itt
Okay,
nem akarnak
she
minket?
has a question. I just thought that that was going to happen like my grandparents, they shoot them in the river. So she said, when can you run away from her? When we should come here? She asked that.
Now. Today. What you're doing in Hungary, I have no idea. I wouldn't want to be a Jew in Hungary. You were born. You don't have any choice. But now you have a choice. Just come home. Yeah.
Gentlemen, I would like to answer. Figyelj, ezt nem tud megérteni. Sok Izrael nem tud, van kétfajta Izrael, nem akarok 6,5 millió ember nevébe élni, és ő nem is tudja, másik tudja, hogy milyen a helyzet Magyarországon, hogy sokat jár arra, hogy például innen meg, ahogy kinézések, de mondja, hogy például sok Izrael nem tudja megérteni, hogy lehet például egy olyan országban, mint Magyarország. Van, ahol például nekem például a feleségem Kanada is. Volt egy vita egyszer a barátnőnek a férjével, hogy mi itt háborúig a Starbucksban isztok, meg sushit zabáltok. Gyertek ide, ilyen nagy zsidók vagytok. Szóval én is bennem is van, de mindenkit megtudom. Mindenki a saját dolga, hogy hol él. De mindenkinek ez a saját döntése. Nem tudom melyik rosszabb, itt megvédeni, vagy ott szégyenlődni magam, nem tudom. Mert én úgy nőttem fel, lehet, hogy ma a helyzet jó, de szerintem rosszabb, hogy a szüleim mondják, nem mondjátok, hogy jártok MTK meccsen, nem mondjátok ezt, meg a rokonoktól ne azért kérjétek, hogy jön a képesnap Izraelből, meg hogy a postás meglátja, hogy képesnap. Most lehet, hogy a helyzet jobb, de szerintem még rosszabb, mint volt 25 évvel ezelőtt.
Go ahead, please.
Really similar topic. That do you think that all Jews outside of Israel are cowards? That
No.
That they don't come here, they
No.
fight for them. No.
No. Coward? No.
No.
You have a choice.
So you don't blame that they are not here to save.
No.
the world.
Why should, who am I to blame anybody? God gives choice to everyone. You do live your lives. God bless you. I'm giving, what we as Zionists are doing is for the first time in 2,000 years, we are giving the Jewish people an option. You don't have to live in Hungary. You can come home.
But you don't have to. You can.
No, it's your
It's your decision. Oh,
Ez úgy, mint én 18 évesen, gyönyörű életem volt Budapesten, rájöttem, hogy ott szeretnék én, ahol én igazán tartozom. Én nem éreztem magam kötődve Magyarországon. 18 évesen eljöttem ide, és itt neveltem, és itt nevelem a gyerekem, és itt élek. Ez az én döntésem volt. Mindenkinek a saját döntése eljött Amerikából, a Géba szüle eljött anyukája Indiából, az Ádám magyarnak, majd megfogkolnak hátba. Ő eljött Budapestről jöttél? Budapestről, mindenki másnak, mindenki, Ádinak a szülei jöttek Erdélyből, szóval mindenki más, nem kötelező, senkit nem hibázta senki, mindenkinek a saját döntése. I think he had a question, no? Nincs egy kérdés az Iránról.
no, okay.
No, he asked me, I'll ask him instead of it. He asked me.
Go ahead.
He asked me, how can we solve the problem with Iran if they want to shoot us with a nuclear weapon? If we have a chance to solve the problem?
What do I know? I'm a farmer, lives on top of a mountain. Well, I don't have answers to those big
You know, once
questions.
you told me.
God will solve the problem, not me.
Once you told them an answer that if Israel can send up forces to shoot there, he said, why we should there? We can fuck up their computer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's all kinds of ways. We don't have to go. But one thing I can, look, I don't have an answer. But one thing I can assure you, Israel and the Jewish people will not sit by passively and wait to get nuked.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen. What we can do to stop it, I don't know. I'm a farm boy. But we're not going to sit by and let ourselves get wiped out. That's not going to happen. Now, I want to show you that's the Mediterranean. You see the light?
Yes.
That's the sunshine off the waters of the Mediterranean. Look on the horizon. You see that? So you see it's on the map? I told you it was there.
Szóval érted, van, hogy az utolsó évben, az utolsó 8 évben eltűnt Iránba 12 atommérnök. Hogy hova tűntek el? Hát biztos Izrael kicsit besegített, de ezt nem mondja Izrael, hogy hova tűntek el. Hogy Izrael, mit akar mondani, hogy vége annak, hogy a zsidók passzívan várja, hogy jönnek, hogy elviszik őket, nem viszik őket, félni kell, vagy nem kell. Félnek már. Okay. Why?
No, it's on it. Okay, guys.
You have we have some more questions?
No, but that's outside. We have another group.
I'm
that
sorry.
We have to go.
Yeah.
So you can ask me outside. What I want you to remember is what I said before, that this is your home, whether you choose to live here or not. And we as Zionists did not come here to beat up on Arabs. We didn't come here to kill anybody. We came here for the first time in 2,000 years to make a home for the Jewish people. This is our home. Everybody in the world knows that. They don't want to let us have it for their own reasons, but this is ours. This is your home. The one place in the world the whole world knows belongs to the Jewish people, and it's the one place in the world that you can come here and say, I want to be a citizen, I want to live here, and you are an Israeli the same day. No visa, no green card, no passport, doesn't matter. This is the home of the Jewish people, wherever you are, whoever you are, and whenever you are. We're here and it's going to be here. Nobody's going to get rid of us. Think about it. You got your home.
Okay.
Thank you for your attention.
Thank you.